Coming up, the university looks for a new president, receives a grant, and later we show who OLLU brought in to speak to students about domestic violence. Westside residents excited about improvements near the university.
You're watching San Antonio's only live university student-produced newscast, Lakefront Live. Real news for students, all in one place.
In recent news, the concern regarding domestic violence is sweeping the nation. An incident involving Baltimore Ravens running back Ray Rice hitting his wife has people all over the nation outraged over punishments given to offenders.
Well, the big part of what I do is work around men's violence against women, so all forms of sexual and domestic violence, and looking at as a social justice issue. And we're seeing it right now play out in the NFL with the issue of Ray Rice and how the NFL has handled that or has mishandled that. The work that I do is around bringing truth and transparency and honestly that conversation around issues of men's violence against women. And as a man in a field that's historically been driven by women, that's part of the leadership, if you will, that I take in the role around social justice with regard to violence against women.
In financial news, student debt across the nation has reached an all-time high at $1 trillion. This recent finding has public officials concerned about the nation's future. Here at OLLU, we asked students how they felt about the student debt being so high.
Okay. So the U.S. student debt has reached $1 trillion. Do you have any thoughts or reactions on that?
Yes, because I believe I contributed to it. Right now, I took out unsubsidized and subsidized loans, and so I do believe that it's like that high.
That is way too much. I honestly, I think schools should be helping kids out with that. I mean, how are we gonna contribute to the economy if we're busy paying off debt? I don't know. I think that's way too much.
Do you have any student loans for yourself?
Yes, unsubsidized and subsidized. Yeah, I don't like it.
Wow. I didn't know that was so bad. That just kind of makes it worse for everybody out here that we're actually like getting loans, people, and then just knowing like we're going out to the world, like we're already gonna have debts, and like there's like rarely any jobs outside. So that's crazy. Sorry, I don't know.
Despite student debt leading the nation, OLLU has received some positive news to look forward to. U.S. Congressman Lloyd Daggett awarded the university and San Antonio College the Title V Cooperative Grant, an estimated $3.1 million in funds. Effective October 1st, 2014, the grant will be used to improve the transfer process from San Antonio College to OLLU, as well as providing course development in education, CISS, and new programs in chemical biology and biomathematics. A majority of the funds will assist in paying salaries of admissions processors in years 3 to 5. ELMENDORF project last week unveiled images of what the 100-year-old park and lake will look like after the $14 million renovation is complete in just over a year from now. Part of the plan is to improve the water quality and increase the beauty of the west side. OLLU is searching for the next university president. The search committee recently stated that they have selected a small group of semifinalists who they have chosen for confidential interviews off campus. In October, the university plans to bring the finalists to participate in interviews on campus. The university is pleased with the progress made so far. Last Thursday, the OLLU Center for Service Learning held a nacho sale in the university's mall area. The sale was done to raise money for the Alzheimer's Association on behalf of McCullough Hall Nursing Center. Students were able to enjoy a tasty snack while contributing to a great cause.
McCullough Hall, are of course the nursing home right connected with the convent, called and asked if we could help them because obviously they can't bring workers over here to do it, so we decided to go ahead and just help them out. And of course it's a good cause. All the proceeds are going to the Alzheimer's Association.
First lecture of the Providence series was led by Dr. Michael Gelligan-Steary. He spoke to the students about what adjustments they need to make in their lives to solidify their path in Providence.
So people on the margins, people who mean a lot to you, people that are very close to you, you should have a small group of people that you're very close with. Think apostles, disciples, the women that follow Jesus. And then think of the people on the margins, the person that's the Samaritan, the person that's in the ditch, the person that no one cared about. Jesus cared about them, so went out of his way. And what is that an example of? That God loved us first, that because God loved us, we respond in love, and then we love other people. And that, in short, is the real story of Christianity. And that's why Jesus is essential for that story to go forward.
As we get closer to winter, Health Services is helping students prepare for flu season by hosting an event called Flu Clinic Day. It will take place this Tuesday in the UX Health Service Room 112. The vaccination will be $20. Cash or checks will be accepted. Upon receiving the vaccine, Health Services recommends that participants sit 10 minutes for safety precautions. Coming up after the break, President Obama announces the U.S. government's plan of action for confronting the ISIS conflict in the Middle East. Stay tuned.
That the United States of America is meeting them with strength and resolve. Last month, I ordered our military to take targeted action against ISIL to stop its advances. I can announce that America will lead a broad coalition to roll back this terrorist threat. We will degrade and ultimately destroy ISIL. Moreover, I've made it clear that we will hunt down terrorists who threaten our country wherever they are. That means I will not hesitate to take action against ISIL in Syria.
President Obama addressed the nation last Wednesday night regarding ISIS in the Middle East. The president authorized for the first time airstrikes not only in Iraq, but also in neighboring Syria, where the terror group is headquartered. The president also reiterated his pledge that U.S. troops will not be on the ground. This comes in response to the terror group's recent beheadings of two U.S. journalists, James Foley and Steve Sotloff. President Obama's inability to address immigration reform has Americans concerned about the nation's future. The U.S. government's failure to pass legislation addressing immigration reform will delay until after the November election, meaning state and city elected officials who are on the front lines of immigration either have to deflect questions or come up with local solutions. Almost 2 weeks after the passing of legendary comedian Joan Rivers, the star death has now sparked an investigation. A clinic in Midtown New York is facing backlash after performing an unplanned biopsy procedure that caused Rivers to stop breathing. New York medical examiners said they could conduct further tests to determine the exact cause of Rivers' death, since it is still unclear at this point. Big announcement from Apple last week as they set to release 3 products: the iPhone 6, the iPhone 6 Plus, and the Apple Watch. Both phones are noticeably thinner with bigger screens, and they introduce a new pay system called Apple Pay. While the watch offers the ability to track a person's heart rate, body improvement, GPS location, while giving users the ability to reply to messages hands-free. Official release for the iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus will be September 19th, this Friday, while the watch in 2015. After the break, stay tuned with Ruben Renteria on sports. Welcome back to Lakefront Live. I'm here with Ruben Renteria. So Ruben, tell us what's coming up on the latest on sports. Who played this weekend? What are the latest scores? Tell us.
All right, Ale. Well, first off, men's club basketball team recently held tryouts as they prepare for the upcoming season. This season will mark the first time the current club team participates in Texas Collegiate Club Sports League. Alejandro Ramirez, the team's captain, spoke to us on what he hopes the team will accomplish this season.
It's going to be a lot more fun. I think it'll be a lot more interactive for more guys, a lot more opportunities for guys to play basketball again. Also, you know, to get the OLLU community involved as well.
Over the weekend, Saints soccer tried to bounce back after a tough week against Oklahoma, where they faced off against Embry-Riddle and Biola University. Saints beat Embry-Riddle 3-1 and lost to Biola 1-2. In women's soccer, the team lost to both their matches, first against Embry-Riddle 3-4 and then lost to Biola 1-2. In women's volleyball, the Saints volleyball team beat St. Mary's in a thrilling 5-set match where they won 3-2 for the first time in team history. And over the weekend, the Saints traveled to Plainview, Texas for their 2014 Coca-Cola Classic, sponsored by Wayland Baptist University, where they went 2-2, where they faced two of the nation's top teams, Wayland Baptist and Oklahoma Baptist. Saints pulled out a victory on Friday against Mid-America Christian University 3-0. Then they went on to lose their second match against Wayland Baptist 3-0 as well. Then on Saturday, Saints faced off against Sagu, winning 3-0, and lastly, they faced Oklahoma Baptist, losing 3-1. Saints men's soccer team will return to action Wednesday night, where they travel 2 miles down the road to take on St. Mary's Raptors, and the women will be in action in the Valley as they take on Texas Pan Am on Saturday. That's all for sports. Back to you, Ale.
That's all we have for this week. Make sure to like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter. Don't forget to pick up a copy of the university's September issue of the newspaper, The Lakefront. Have a great day. We'll see you next week.